Hands up who finds it hard to make time for sex when you're busy as
We sure as hell do, but we've got 6 simple strategies to make sure it happens. Keep watching to get the inside scoop on our relationship. What's up internet? Reese and Jody here from Practical Intimacy, real and raw relationship talk for power couples.
So you want to feel close to your partner and you want to enjoy your sex life, but finding the time can be so damn hard. Between family, work, social commitments, and just general life stuff, sex can drop way down the priority list. What's a couple to do? Well, here's our complete strategy on how we make time for sex in our relationship.
Starting with the super simple number 1. We agree that sex is really important for our relationship. This is part of our relationship agreements. So what's a relationship agreement, I hear you ask? Relationship agreements are a set of shared values and a shared understanding which we agree upon about the way we do relationship. So this is really the foundational step, that we just agree, hey, we're a couple, we love each other, we're attracted to each other, we want to have sex, so we prioritize it.
Step number 2, we ask for it. This might sound painfully obvious, but it's actually something that's really easily overlooked in long-term relationships. So we openly, with our words, will communicate when we want to have sex. We have a culture in our relationship that it's okay to say, hey, I miss you and I want to connect sexually. And we're both open and receptive to that because it's part of our relationship agreement.
We're also open and receptive to hearing a no. So if now is not the right time, then that's okay. It's okay for you to communicate that not right now. Step number 3, we schedule sex. Straight up, really simple. And I can already hear the cries of it's so boring and it's so lame. But if you're in a long-term relationship, that's pretty much how it rolls when you are busy all the time. When you've got a full calendar, nothing happens unless you add it to that calendar. And let's face it, sex has to be one of those things.
So we know it's time to schedule sex in our relationship if it's been a while and we're feeling a little bit disconnected, or if one of us has actually said, hey, I miss you and I'd like to connect, or if we know we've got a really busy month ahead, we'll proactively carve out some time for a sex date.
Here's the thing about scheduling sex. Once you actually start having it, it doesn't matter that you've scheduled it. Once you're getting in the mood and getting intimate and getting sexy, it's all good.
So if finding time for sex is something that you really struggle with, we highly recommend you break through the resistance around scheduling sex and just do it.
Step number 4 is that we embrace the quickie. Now, we don't always have time for 5-hour tantric sex rituals, so a quick 30 minutes before an appointment is perfectly cool.
We're always looking for little creative ways that we can reorganize our schedule to open up a little bit of time, and it's really as simple as we've got 30 minutes, set the timer, and let's see what happens. Step number 5, we redefine sex. Sex is so much more than just penis in vagina penetrative sex, and expanding your definition to include a lot of other things can really help you to find more time for sex. We define sex as anything where we're bringing the sexy vibes. So that might include passionate naked kissing, that might be oral sex, that might be dry humping. Even though I really hate that term and I wish there was another way to say it, it's actually really hot. This gives us plenty more options if we don't feel like penetrative sex.
Here's a quick pro tip for the guys in hetero relationships. Embracing this expanded definition of sex can be a real game changer in your relationship, especially for your woman who has probably had the experience of being pressured and expected to get towards penetrative sex and ejaculation. So any sexual experience you're having that you can bring yourself to it in a way that you're enjoying every single moment without having to get somewhere is going to be huge and awesome for you guys. Last but not least is number 6. We just accept that life happens. So even though we've set our relationship agreements, even though we've agreed that sex is important and that we prioritize it in our relationship, we also understand that sometimes life just gets in the way.
And that's okay. We don't use that as a way to guilt each other or to weaponize that. If there are times where particularly one of us is just not feeling like it because there's so much going on, then we really give permission for that to be there.
So this is really about not being rigid and just being able to be fluid and move with the natural rhythms of life, and to not expect that our sex life will look a certain way all of the time. It's constantly changing.
We trust that our relationship agreements are in place and that we're both doing the very best that we can. It just is a matter of waiting it out sometimes.
With the power of these strategies combined, we manage to have a pretty awesome and thriving, satisfying sex life, even when we're crazy busy.
So now it's over to you. Which one of these strategies do you want to try in your relationship? Head on over to practicalintimacy.com and let us know in the comments section. And while you're there, don't forget to join our email list. You'll get instant access to our 5-day relationship jumpstart challenge, plus insider access to exclusive content, free giveaways, and personal insights that we just don't share anywhere else.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, please give us a like and don't forget to share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
We're feeling a little bit disconnected, or if one of us has actually come out and said, hey, I'd like to connect with you, I miss you, let's make some sex happen this week.
Let's make some fucking sex.